Alright, I'm here with an updated game room tour video. Whatever you want to call it, game room, man cave, virginity cavern, I guess. I don't know. But this is an updated look at my game room for 2019. I do these every year so that kind of just keep a track on how the collection grows. As you can see, there's no ceiling in yet. The game room is still under construction, but I think it's at a good point now to do an end of the room tour. We have the ceiling ordered and actually purchased and everything. It's just a matter of getting it up still. But before the video starts, make sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a comment kind of as I go through the video, maybe any suggestions you may have for what I should do with the space. A lot of you guys might remember, if you're older subscribers to the channel, that my old game room at the old house, I didn't have enough space, so it was always packed. And now I kind of have the opposite problem, which is, I guess, probably good to have, that I have maybe too much space. So we're going to go through here, kind of just look at my collection, look at the room. If you have any suggestions, make sure to leave them down below. And let's get to it. Sofa, I mean, kind of obvious here. We'll turn around here. This is my... I'm not sure what I want to do with this yet. I don't think this shelf is staying. I got the new Shovel Knight amiibo. I don't have any of my amiibo out yet. I don't have a really great way to display them yet. So that's another part of the game room that's not quite finished. But this is my Dreamcast shelf here. Going for the complete set for those unaware. And going pretty well. I think I'm missing about 80 to 90 still. But it's coming along, and there's some Japanese ones I got as well. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that with that shelf, but it works for now at least. Here's my modern gaming setup. I got my TV. This is an LG. It's 55-inch, 4K. It's a few years old now, but it's still pretty solid TV. I got here this sound bar. This is more recent. Didn't have this. I had it hooked up to some older speakers, but finally just got this Sony sound bar. It's been working out. Hopefully the lighting's not too bad in here. As you can see, we don't have the ceiling in yet, but we also don't have any ceiling lights in yet. So that's going to be a problem too. I've tried having these lamps here. I don't plan on keeping these lamps in the game room, but I need some kind of light or the lighting's going to look atrocious. Here's my console setup. My modern HD consoles. Another question I have is if you have any suggestions for cable management, because this is a mess. I got some of the classic or mini consoles, just HD consoles, with the ones on the top being the ones I use the most. There's a subwoofer down there as well for the sound bar. Space heater. This is a basement. It does get quite cold down here sometimes. So kind of panning over the top, just some stuff I have up here to display. The PlayStation Classics actually still sealed. I got it for like $20, and I haven't gotten around to trying it yet. But yeah, just some stuff. I feel like it's a good kind of look at what I'm into, I guess. Mostly being, Nintendo, Atlas stuff, retro gaming. This is actually the orange GameCube that was only released in Japan. I got it on my trip to Japan in the box for like some ridiculous price. Like 5,500 yen or something. Crazy. Great price. Go over then. Hopefully, looks like the lighting's going to be okay. My 3DS collection, which I've just done an updated video on, so check that out. If you want to see, I have collections for pretty much collection videos for pretty much every library that I have, so if you're interested in that, check out the playlist and find the most updated one for the system you want. I try to keep them updated regularly. More modern systems like the 3DS and PS4 and stuff, I update every year, so... and then something I do is I put all the bigger box stuff at the end instead of mixing it in with the collection. I don't know, I just feel like it looks better. Just kind of, that's how you finish it off. And then some way bigger stuff that doesn't fit in the shelf. I should mention these shelves here before I go any further. I got these on Amazon. They're called the Atlantic Oscar. I'm pretty happy with them. They're not too expensive. They're about $150 each. I bought one of them for $150, and then around Black Friday they actually went on sale for like $100. So pretty good deal there. I have 3 of them right now. I'll probably end up buying another one But I'm pretty happy with them. They're adjustable and everything. This is actually 2 shelves put together. You can see right there. We'll pan over the DS stuff now. This also has a recently updated collection video, so be sure to check that out. Big fan of the DS. Big fan of the DS and the 3DS. Really great systems. And got some room to grow, of course, and then I got some Ace Attorney perler beads that I got at a convention. I got here then PS1. Pretty decent. I got some good stuff for the PS1. The Symphony of the Night is missing the manual, unfortunately, but got that for $5 at a garage sale. You know, Final Fantasies, some of the classics. Klonoa. This was a Goodwill find for, I think, $1. Really good stuff. That's what I usually do on this channel if you're interested. Persona 1 and Persona 2 there, more uncommon ones. Yeah, I got a pretty comprehensive PS1 collection. Always looking for some of the more uncommon stuff, but I have most of the, you know, main stuff. Beer Box Lunars. This is a weird game I got in Japan. I don't know even what it is, but it looked kind of cool, and it was like $1 or something ridiculous. Some Japanese PS1 games. And my Vita collection, which also recently had a video. It's also more of a retrospective too, so if you want to check that out. Yeah, so as I go through this, a lot of my games, I do game hunting videos. I don't really do out and about game hunting. I more do pick up recaps where I tell the story of how I got this stuff. So most of it, especially my retro stuff, you know, the 3DS stuff and the PS4 and, you know, Wii U, as we'll go through, that's mostly bought as it comes out. But my retro stuff, that's almost, I would say probably 80% done through garage sales, flea markets, pawn shops, all that. So make sure to check those out if that interests you at all. My PS4 collection, last week's video was an updated look at my PS4 collection. And in all these updated videos, collection videos, I kind of go over thoughts on each game, maybe give some recommendations. So I'd say that they're worth watching. Wii U. Wii U, it's a good system. Library-wise, the library is pretty decent. The system itself, a little bit lackluster, if I have to admit, but the library was fun. You know, a lot of those games have been ported out elsewhere now, so it's up to you if you think it's worth it or not. PS3. I was a PS3 guy last gen and not too much into the 360, so most of my multiplats are in the PS3. I only got a 360 later, so most of my multiplats are here on the PS3, and I had a great time with the PS3. Awesome system. And then some of my controllers that I use, I just didn't have anywhere to put them right now. Switch here, it's starting to get a little dark. I'm going to be doing an updated Switch collection video for 2019 next week. Next week's video will be that. I try to do weekly videos on Saturday mornings. And then my Xbox One collection, not huge. I like the Xbox One. I have no problem with it. I just prefer the PS4, and Xbox One's been a little lacking on exclusives that interest me. I don't know, we got a lot of hate, but it has an awesome library. Huge, really interesting, really unique library. So I know it gets a lot of hate, but not the most powerful system, but definitely a system that has a crazy good library, in my opinion at least. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the camera decent. I got some Wii Overflow as well. And then I'll go into my favorite system, which is my GameCube collection. Got most of the good, you know, top popular GameCube games, I should say. And then down here I have some bigger box games and then some Japanese GameCube games there as well. We'll go now get into the bottom of the shelf, so it's getting a little harder to film this. I apologize if the camera, the cinematography, should we say, is lackluster. Some PS2 games. Most of my PS2 stuff is from thrifting and garage sailing. I don't think I've put much money into my PS2 collection, all things considered. But I got some cool stuff overall, I'd say. I could probably get another 250 PS2 games in my library. Wouldn't be nearly complete. So PS2 just has a huge, awesome library. Original Xbox. Once again, original Xbox, pretty cool system. Mostly collect multi-plats on PS2 or GameCube, so this is mostly just exclusives, but there's still some pretty good stuff here. And then here's my little 360 collection. This is almost entirely just from garage selling and flea markets and the like, thrifting. Because I didn't have a 360 till probably, I think, 2014. So I already had my PS4 by then, I think. Moving on here, we're going to look at my cartridge, my retro shelf where all my cartridges are. I got this little Mario Paint at the top. This shelf actually just went up not too long ago, so a couple days ago. And we got NES games. These are once again mostly from garage selling. I like the NES. It's not my preferred system to collect for. I more into N64, Dreamcast, GameCube, and box stuff. So this is mostly from, garage selling, thrifting. But I still got some solid stuff. Apologize if I'm going too fast. If you have any question about any of the games that I have or anything, leave a comment down below, and I respond to pretty much any comments I get. So, still a relatively small channel. I mean, very small channel. So, any comments getting in, I typically respond to if I see them. YouTube has a weird thing where sometimes I don't always see them. Get marked for spam or something. Super Nintendo games now I've moved into. I don't really collect loose games too much. I mainly try to get them in the box if I can. I either try to get them cheap. I try to get them cheap at garage selling, or I try to trade some stuff in and get them in the box. So, got here some Pac-Man glasses I got at the flea market. I just needed something to fill this space. I thought that was fun. N64 collection. I have more N64 games in the box than I do loose. I guess I don't really need to pan over these. You don't have end labels. I plan on buying some of those vinyl end labels so these display a little bit better. But for now, just what it is. But yeah, got those displayed. This is most of my Genesis games, not all of them though. I couldn't fit all of them, so there's about 15 or so games that aren't out. Not very interesting games though, but pretty big Genesis fan. Pretty big Sega fan all around, honestly. But yeah, these are my boxed ones. Got some good ones, some kind of uncommon ones, and still always looking. I haven't found as much Genesis stuff, although this year I started finding a lot more for some reason. But I went a couple years without really finding much. And then my loose Genesis games here on the bottom. Looks like they fell over a little bit. Alright, enough of the squatting here. Move into this area. If you watched last year's video, there was actually a wall here. This has been opened up though, so there's no more big wall. It's all one big room. Got a futon here. This is one of my retro TVs. This is the one I've used forever for retro stuff. I've used it since before this stuff was considered retro, I guess. Playing GameCube and whatever as a kid. And I'm going to have another TV. I don't have any of my retro consoles set up yet, just because this room has been recently reset back up after some of the construction happened, so that's why that stuff's been boxed up. But I don't have any of my retro consoles hooked up yet, because I have another TV ready, retro TV ready, that I'm going to be hooking up as well. So I figured just wait until they're both set up and just put all the consoles out that way. This is a PlayStation table. It has little NES. I don't know if you can see it. The lighting is really bad. Little NES coasters. But yeah, PlayStation table. This is actually a Pottery Barn clearance or something. It was a really expensive table. Got pretty nicely clearanced. I keep controllers in here then. So all kind of controllers are kept in those drawers. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. This here then is my boxed shelf. Hopefully the lighting will cooperate. My box shelf here. One of my biggest focuses is boxed N64 games, as you'll see. That's probably my biggest collection focus. But up here is my little Zelda display, I guess. So I got some stuff, new and old. This is a Majora's Mask I got in Japan for really cheap. Really cool. And yeah, that 2DS XL is still sealed, and then that 2DS regular is still sealed. Got a couple, Zelda handhelds I gotta pick up. But yeah, that's my little Zelda collection up there. Here's my box Super Nintendo games. It looks like some glare, but hopefully you can see them. Got some good ones here. Donkey Kong Country 2, the Final Fantasies, Zelda, Mega Man X, Star Fox, Super Castlevania 4, Mario RPG, and some others. Not huge, but pretty decent. I guess a lot of quality in there. This is my N64 collection. Pretty big. This is my boxed N64 collection. You guys already saw the loose one. And yeah, I tend on getting the full N64 collection. I'm about 80 games away from that, and I don't intend on getting all of them. I don't think that is a realistic goal, getting all of them in the box, but I just try to get as many as I can. There's the Banjo games there. Conker's Bad Fur Day. The Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Doom, Duck Dodgers, that's a pretty uncommon one. Alright, Harvest Moon back there. Moving on here. Kirby, Zeldas, all the Maddens, very exciting. Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mega Man. Don't have Super Mario 64 somehow still in the box yet. I don't know how. Paper Mario, Pokemon, Resident Evil 2 on the way back there. Rocket Robot on Wheels, that's a pretty underrated N64 game. Snowboard Kids, another fun one. Smash Brothers. Yeah, I've just try to get as many in the box as I can. These are mostly purchased through trades. My local store, you'd be surprised at some of these games. They'll price it like $5-8 complete in box. Because I guess they probably realize that, something like, I don't know, Automobile Lamborghini might be worth more, but who's going to buy it even if it's in the box? So I got here boxed NES games. We got the Castlevanias. Those are actually, I got all three of those for $60 off the same guy, and they were like mint. Really great shape. Final Fantasy. The two variants of Zelda. Mega Man. I got that Mega Man in the box for $75 at my local store. Great deal. Missing the manual though, but still with the Star Tropics. These are some Super Famicom games in the box that I got on my trip to Japan. I have some videos about the trip if anyone's interested. Just a lot of games we didn't get here, like Seiken Densetsu 3. I guess we do have that now. Bahamut Lagoon, Final Fantasy V. I guess we got that too, but not on Super Nintendo. My little collection of long box games here, separated by a boxed Game Boy printer, because it fit. Don't have too many Super or Sega CD games. I do have Shining Force CDs, probably the best one in there. I got that for $50 at a game store that just underpriced it. But nothing too interesting otherwise. Some long box PS1 games. Those are always fun to get. Game Boy stuff. Don't have a lot of Game Boy stuff. I have it all as one thing, but it goes from Game Boy to Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. I don't really find a lot of boxed Game Boy stuff, honestly. And then this is cool. I got this in Japan as well for like $8. And it is a Bomberman game, but it's in like a bandage tin, like an old-fashioned bandage tin. And some, Game Boy Advance games from Japan. And some Japanese N64 games. I should mention that these are all in box protectors. Just keep them safe. It also helps keep their shape somewhat. They're a little harder to display when they're not in box protectors. Here we go as well. My books and strategy guides. These are our hardcover strategy guides here. And these are some just books. Gaming books, art books, and the like. And then these are all strategy guides. Most of these I've gotten really cheap. Sometimes even free, honestly. I actually saved a big box of these from getting thrown away at a garage sale. And this is an empty shelf. I just tried to put some stuff on it. Nomad, GameCube in the box, Mario pin set. And these shelves I got years ago, they were like $27 each, and they are not very good. But they do the job, but they're not great. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I want to see if they ever release, once all the Smash Brothers Ultimate DLC characters are out, maybe try to get a poster of that big Everyone Is Here banner. That would be really cool over there. And I'm thinking about probably putting the other TV here, but I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with that. But yeah, I mean, if you have any suggestions for the space, of course, let me know. Always looking for suggestions on that. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below, and I will see you next time.